The king of the stock market, the India's Warren Buffett. All these titles are referring to a man who have turned 5,000 rupees to 13,000 crores, which is none other than Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. So for today's video, I will be talking about his stock market journey and also the three best advice of his to young Indian stock market traders and investors, which are you and me. Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube channel Wealth Conquest. Before we get into the video, I first wanna talk about the reason why I am telling his story. So the reason is that I want to make sure that you understand the challenges that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala itself faced was the same challenges that you folks are facing. So he indeed was the same as you. But how did he get this much successful in the stock market? That is what we will be discussing through his story. So let's get into it. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was a trader and an investor who have became one of the wealthiest person in India, and the wealth he created was only through investing and trading in the stock market. We'll be talking about his story from his younger days to how he have achieved this feat and what are the challenges he had to overcome for this achievement. So let's get into it. He was born in 1916 and in Mumbai to a normal middle class family, and his father was an income tax officer, and he was also the one who was active in the market in his family. Because of that, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala on his early age had that stock market atmosphere, and it is also this reason that made him interested in the stock market. By the age of 18, he had the main understanding of the stock market and he wanted to pursue a career in the stock market. But like all fathers, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's father suggested that he should first get a job before going into the stock market, and that's what he exactly did. Rakesh do not consider this as a bad choice, even though it had costed him that early exposure to the stock market. And this is also the majority of the cases in the working class of India. They first secure a job and then only get into the stock market. But according to me, that would not have been his best choice because he had lost that early exposure and practical skill which would have helped him even more. But we cannot just judge that decision based on that, because in the 90s it was very hard to invest and trade in the stock market because it was not online or there were no online system for it. But for us, due to that huge technological advancement, we have easier and faster trading systems. In 1985, at the age of 25, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala completed his CA and directly went into the stock market. Now, you all must be thinking that, wait, even Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was a CA before starting his career in the stock market. So how can a non-educated background on the economics can actually get into the stock market and be successful at it? It is indeed true that he became a CA. But before we jump into a conclusion, you have to first understand why did he become a CA. So the reason why he became a CA is to pursue a career in the stock market. to be very active in the market and eventually to start a business, which she indeed did, and to create a tremendous wealth in it. If you also want to pursue the same career as Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, then you should also consider following his path. But for us normal working class, you do not really have to follow it at all. Because as a working class, what we need is a passive income. And to retire as early as we can, we have to make that passive income, which will compound as the years pass, and to create a wealth which will allow you to retire as early as you can. And for this, I am telling you folks that you not at all need an educational background in economics to be successful in the stock market. As an example, there are ton of traders and investors who had a different educational background before coming to the stock market, but they are now among the best stock market trader and investors. So some of the names are Rajal Kamra and Shadi Shamsuddin, and finally Vivek Bajaj. So from these guys, you will be understanding that there is no necessary at all for the economic background. If you want, you can look it up in the YouTube. If we are coming back to the story, in his 25th age, Rajesh Jhunjhunwala started trading in the stock market with just 5,000 rupees, and his father made him clear that he should not ask him any capital nor his friends to raise a capital and to take percentage profit on it. See how he have managed to become who he is through those obstacles, and what are the steps that he took to overcome it. After a year starting in the stock market, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala made a good amount of returns with his 5,000 rupees as capital. But what he faced as a problem was the shortage of capital itself. So what he did was he raised about 7.5 lakh rupees of capital from the people whom he is familiar with, and with the promise that he will be giving them a return better than of what FD or fixed deposit is giving. And he already proved them that he had that skill to make better returns by first trading with that 5,000 capital. He indeed fulfilled that promise by investing in a stock called Tata Tea, and at the price of 43 rupees, and just within 1 year the stock price went up to 143 rupees, and he made about 5 lakh rupees as profit. Now you can really understand the stock market opportunities that he got and the growth he had from it. Now the question you folks with the no active income will be having that, wait, how can I raise that much capital? I don't even know that much people who have that much income to start with. So I will be talking about those prop trading firms in the coming videos. So please be patient for it. So coming back to the main story, within 4 to 5 years of his stock market journey, he made about 15 lakh as profit with some of the greatest opportunity that he found and took advantages of. But his main growth from the stock market started from 1989 to 1990. In this time, the market was very bearish, but according to Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the change in the market will be caused by the union budget release. but the market did not had that much expectation for the union budget to be that good. But from the analysis of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, he came to the conclusion that the union budget should be good enough to turn the market to reverse the fall. So, with that conviction, he started trading and mainly investing in the potential stocks which are directly connected to the union budget. And when the union budget was released by the government, the market really started to go to an uptrend. And it is from this opportunity he made most of his money at that time, which was resulted in about 2.5 crores. He made this much profit at the age of 31, and it is pretty tremendous if we are comparing it with a normal person. By the year of 1991 to 1992, as you all know, that is when the Harshit Mehta scam happened, and because of that, there was a market crash, and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala took this opportunity and shorted his position, which resulted in a very huge profit for him. And also, because of this huge profit, which boosted his capital, he started his own enterprise, which was named as Air Enterprise, and he started investing or trading his own money rather than being that enterprise as a portfolio managing company. What that means is managing other people's money through investing in the stocks. We are looking at the portfolio of Rare Enterprise from 1992 to until now. It have grown about more than 13,000 crores. And all of this was because of the opportunity that he had taken advantages of, and also he had a lot of investment in a lot of multi-bagger stocks, which helped him to get into this standard. Now I will be talking about the multi-baggers, some of the multi-baggers he had invested in. So the first one in our list is Titan. In 2022, at his age of 42, and the price of the Titan was about 3 rupees, and he invested about 18 crores. And if we are looking at the stock price of Titan, now it is more than 3,000 rupees. That we can calculate how much percentage of profit he had gained from that single investment. The next one in our list is Lupin, and he invested a lot of money into this stock too at the price of 115. And if we are looking at the stock price of Lupin now, it is more than 2,000 rupees. And it was also one hell of a multi-bagger. But his whole career was not a colorful one, because in 2011, there was a huge market correction, which was resulted in 2012. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala restructured his entire portfolio, which resulted in an up movement by 2012 itself. And that was important action that he had repeated. By this, we can conclude that he was one hell of a genius in stock market, in trading, and also in investing. And he was not only just a great trader or an investor, he was also a great philanthropist. The reason I am saying this is because at the age of 16, he decided to donate about 20% of his wealth. That's the end of the story of this stock market genius. And if we are comparing his success to us, we do not really have to be that much successful at all. We only need something like 0.001% of what he has achieved. In that, we must have understood the true potential of the stock market. So now let's move to the last part of the video, which is the best advices that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala himself has given. So the first advice he has given is about long-term investing. He clearly states that long-term investing is the best method for wealth creation. But before focusing on the long-term investing, you should have that capital for the investment. Second advice was the market will never go in a linear path. It will be always having up and down. So if you are facing a loss or a decline in your portfolio, then don't be afraid and just sell it off. First, analyze your position and make sure of that you are not against the trend. Third advice was asked by an interviewer, and the reply of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was that do not be afraid to make mistakes in life. And that is a common lesson we all have to accept, because without making mistakes, we won't be able to learn the truth behind it. So please take these advices to your life. By that, we have come to the end of this video, and I know it was very hard to digest some of this concept, but from now on, I will be doing videos which are short and also very easy to understand. So I hope you have found any value in this video, and if you are, please like, share and subscribe. So by that, sign off.